Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? We're going to talk about Canada and America and stuff like that right now, okay? Because it seems like when I did a video the other day about the tariffs and stuff like that, people got a little butt hurt because I told the truth and people didn't like it. Especially when I mentioned that the last time we didn't have a deficit is when Bill Clinton was in office. Yeah. But that was the truth. Yeah. But apparently people don't like the truth. So I'll go on. So, um, when Canada talks about, um, because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, when Canada talks about cutting off oil, okay, to America, I'm going to break something down for you, okay? And I'm going to put something up, okay, so you can see it. Here's a map of pipelines that carry energy for Canada, okay? And as you can see, many come into America. And the only one that you need to be paying attention to is the Energy East line. You see that one? Now, this was supposed to be built, but Canada's leftist canceled it because of climate issues. Yeah. And as you can see, the only way for the western part of Canada to get oil to the eastern part of Canada is to send it through America. So 47 knows exactly what he is doing. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Okay. Now, this is going to explain the tariff situation better for you than I seem to have done, because when I said it, people didn't like it. So I'm going to have somebody else explain it to you. Okay, here you go.
Canada and Mexico's leadership just made a colossal mistake. Both are now launching tariff wars against the United States, with Canada imposing 25% tariffs on $30 billion worth of U.S. goods starting Tuesday, followed by another $125 billion within 21 days, while Mexico is planning its own retaliatory measures. If they think they can push the U.S. around, they're in for a brutal lesson. Trump won't just match their tariffs, he'll probably double them, likely slapping 50% tariffs on Canada and Mexico that will send both economies into a tailspin. The numbers don't lie. Canada and Mexico both depend heavily on the U.S., far more than the U.S. relies on them. 75% of Canada's exports go to the U.S., while Mexico sends nearly 80% of its total exports north of the border. In contrast, only 14% of U.S. exports go to Canada and 16% to Mexico, meaning the U.S. can absorb this trade war much better than its so-called allies. Trudeau's and Mexico's leadership may think they're making a power move, but all they're doing is setting their own economies up for severe economic pain. For Canada, this is economic suicide. Trudeau has already crippled Canada's energy sector, driven inflation to record highs, and overseen a decline in manufacturing. Now he's risking the entire economy on a pointless trade war with America. Meanwhile, Mexico is even more vulnerable. Its economy is deeply tied to American manufacturing and auto production, and Trump has never hesitated to hit Mexico hard when needed. Both countries are gambling with their economic futures, and they are playing against a man who never loses. Canada and Mexico are in no position to pick a fight with their most important trade partner, but arrogance blinds their leaders to reality. If they think they can threaten the U.S. without devastating consequences, they're about to learn the hard way. Trump will make sure both countries pay a massive price for their foolishness.
So hopefully we are all in agreement that now that the crazy government spending that was brought to light is actually money laundering. Okay, like the last 4 years and all the printing and the spending and the this and the that. Okay, or it could be also doctored tax documents as well, while that money is being pocketed or actually being used for things that they don't want you to know about. Okay, because that's also something that I don't think a lot of people understand. Okay, I mean, it could be frivolous, it could be fictitious, it could be anything. But I really just, I really think that people should be aware of what's really going on.
DOJ has only had an office in the White House for about a week now, and in that time, they have managed to identify over $1 billion of DEI related government spending. $1 billion. They also found out that about $600 million per year has been spent on sushi from the Pentagon, as well as the Air Force spending $1,280 per paper coffee cup. And $230,000 per month was being spent by the IRS on Starbucks cinnamon roast K-cups while everyone was working from home. DOJ also found out that payment approval officers at the Treasury were instructed to always approve payments, even if it's for known fraudulent or terrorist groups. They've literally never once denied a payment. And following the discovery of this information, the highest-ranking Treasury official has resigned because he won't comply with a request by DOJ for access to an audit where they've spent trillions of dollars per year. The shtick is over. The days of recklessly spending everyone's taxpayer dollars like it's nothing and there's just this big pile of money to pull from, it's over. It's over. Thank God it's over. And thank you to Elon Musk for doing this, because this could not be easy work.
Okay, and before I go, here's something that I'm going to put up for you, okay? And this is how much of our taxpayer money politicians have given to foreign countries over the last 4 years, okay? So now that 47 is in office, this is almost going to be kind of like a great reset, if you want to call it that, because all of this is going to now be cut off, and all of, well, not all, okay, I can't say all, but some of this money is going to be paid back to us via tariff. Mexico was given $295 million. Czech Republic, $324 million. Estonia, $334 million. Lithuania, $339 million. Poland, $375 million. Romania, $397 million. Bulgaria, $431 million. Tanzania, $471 million. Pakistan, $536 million. Colombia, $731 million. Philippines, $809 million. Somalia, $998 million. Lebanon, $1 billion. Iraq, $2.2 billion. Jordan, $2.3 billion. Afghanistan, $6.1 billion. Egypt, $6.3 billion. Ukraine, $2.6 billion. Israel, $8.5 billion. Okay, so now I know that we will never, ever see all of this money back ever again. Okay, we'll never see it. But you know as well as I do, what is the one saying? And what is the one thing that politicians always say that is their biggest moneymaker? War. Because that's what makes money. So, I'm not saying it's going to happen in this term, in these 4 years. But God forbid we get some crazy lunatic after him. Don't be surprised. And I say that because they were itching to start one before he got into office. And I know that they'll be itching to get back into that big white building to start, or to finish, shall I say, what they started. But that's just my unprofessional opinion. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Okay. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.